Hey guys, I did my research paper on paying student athletes and the challenges and what that would look like. I touched on three topics with this. One was kind of how paying them would work out. One was the tax challenges, and the other one is the amateurism issue, which has less to do with finance. So I won't talk too much about that one. First, I want to start off with tax challenges. We all know what a gross income is. It's the total amount of money that you make for the year. And with the tax issue, this becomes paying. This is where paying student athletes would be challenging, is because there's three states that don't have an income tax, and that's Washington, Florida, and Texas. Um, and since they don't have an income tax, and then there's states with high income tax like California and Oregon, it would make two athletes, one, for example, let's say University of Washington quarterback, University of Oregon's quarterback, have the same stats, deserve the same amount of money, they make the same amount of money on paper, or their salary is the same on paper, but because of state income tax, the University of Washington's quarterback will make about 6 to 8% more gross income compared to the University of Oregon's because of the state income tax. And I think this is strikes a challenge because you would have athletes like quarterback at the University of Oregon asking for more money so that his gross income could match the University of Washington's quarterback, and be paid based off production. Um, and so it that provides a really big challenge. And then you have to think of, oh, maybe the sports would be less competitive because you have recruiting issues, and all the athletes would want to go to Texas schools, would want to go to Florida schools, would want to go to Washington schools because they'd be making more money essentially, despite having the same salary on paper. Um, that was one of the major issues I found. It really impacts recruiting, and I think it could really impact competitiveness. Then again, you do have those athletes who are have loyal schools that they've wanted to play for all their life. Next, I want to talk about is how we could pay student athletes. So there's a few different methods. One method that I found for research that would work is not paying the athletes individually, but paying them kind of like a pool of 20% for football and basketball, just those two sports. Those are the two sports that make the most amount of money for their respective universities, the majority of the time. So, with that being said, I think that's one option. But then you have issues. That's where issues with like gender equality and female athletes getting paid. And I think one one way to prevent that is another method, which is paying each student athlete a $300 a month stipend. That was a suggestion on one of the research articles I read. Thought it was a good proposal. It would just be Division I athletes only, and I think this is very doable. The Power Five, if the conferences and NCAA teamed up with all the money they made, the Power Five right now, based off TV contracts alone, is making between $250 million to $450 million a year. That being said, I think the Pac-12 has the highest TV deal right now. And then next, the NCAA makes $771 million a year. And right now they're in a 14-year contract with two TV networks, and that's for like $14 billion. So I think that's, if they could disperse that money, the NCAA disperses their 60% of what they make a year back into all three divisions. And what they do with that 40%, not 100% sure, but I'm sure some of that could go to paying student athletes. Then you have the amateurism issue with if we're paying them, they're professionals. But I think these student athletes need to get paid, or receive some type of reward. Maybe they shouldn't get paid by the NCAA because of gender equity the gender equity issue, maybe they should be able to sign a contract with Adidas or Nike or Under Armour. Maybe have boosters. If a booster wants to write a check out to a specific athlete, let them. I don't have any problem with that. I think that is one way. It gets rid of the gender equity issue, gets rid of people complaining about pay. I think that'd be a very effective way to let these athletes kind of make money on their own too, based off jersey sales, autographs. Have autograph sessions, and if you're a student athlete and you're not nice and want to do it for free, get paid. And if you want to sell your autograph stuff, get paid. I think that should be fine because it's based on the individual. It's not another entity paying the student athlete. That was basically a wrap of my research paper. I hope you guys have a good summer. Thank you.